Nottingham Trent University, working with you. Proud sponsors of Working Week.
Welcome to Working Week. Now, one of my highlights as we look back is when we play football, Rob.
Yeah, this is the Nottingham charity that uses the beautiful game to get people out of work back into jobs, and Des and I couldn't resist having a go.
Yeah! Yes! We're looking on the internet for apprenticeships, then from the apprenticeships we go straight into work from the company, so it's looking great, yeah.
And talking of football, Des, remember this? We spoke to the former Nottingham Forest football player who's now got a successful manufacturing business.
It's not about money, it's about everybody's future.
And we'll be catching up with the Experian staff who, Des, what were they doing?
Well, they were bike riding for charity is what they were doing.
Anything at all? Thanks very much. We've got 3 hills, there'll be a challenge on these bikes, that's for sure.
Now, welcome back. Now, for our regular viewers, you'll know exactly where we are, but for those of you who've tuned in for the first time, we are at HQ.
Antenna, yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned it because the last time we got halfway through the programme before we thought about telling people where we actually were. We come indoors because it's nice and warm in here, but we were outdoors for our very first report of today. Do you remember this, Des?
Oh, I certainly do, yeah, football.
Yeah.
I scored.
Yeah, I scored too, but I think your team beat mine actually, so which seems to be a theme of
what's in your
programmes down the years, doesn't it? But this was a charity which helps people out of work back into jobs using, well, the beautiful game. A bunch of people playing football, and it's not the sort of thing Des and I can resist. Anyone who's ever played with me will recognise that ineffectual tackle. But Des's goal scoring was as eye-catching as his shorts. It's a lot of fun, but our teammates have a bigger goal in mind. They're all after a job. The youngsters are on a scheme run by Street League, a charity which takes on people in Nottingham between 16 to 25 who are out of work and aren't in training or at college. As well as playing football, they're taught employability skills, and they do English and maths courses and first aid too.
What we basically do is we sit down with them and we try to work out a career path for them, so whether it's going back to college, training or education, whether it's work, it really depends on what they want. So if, for example, they say, you know, I'm looking at a career in coaching, we look at a development path for that and try to get them into that kind of workplace. So we're ideally looking to get them into something that they want to do, not just any kind of work.
The course has a high success rate. More than 80% of people on it go on to a job or training or higher education.
You reckon it'll help you to get a job?
Yeah, definitely.
What kind of job are you looking for?
Anything really, but gardening, I specialise in gardening. I've got horticultural certificates in landscaping and everything.
For some, it was an easy choice. Samantha Barlow has left college and is looking for a job. Football's already her life. She plays for Notts County Ladies.
I'm just dedicated to it. It's all I do. Nothing else. Socialise with my friends, but most of them are footballers, so that's all we seem to do. And here it's great because we do it every day. We're doing a maths and English, communicating, building skills, working to look for work. So it's all right. Everything's coming in together, so it's looking good.
Courses like these run throughout the year, and anyone out of work between 16 to 25 can apply to join. You enjoying that?
Yeah, I certainly am, mate.
Chocolate Stairway to Heaven, apparently. Now, we don't just waffle on this programme all the time, although it might look like that at the moment, but we like to get your view on matters.
Yeah, because I went out asking you, given the opportunity, what business would you set up?
Because I'm into music and that, I would basically open up like a next studio, but like based in town or something, and like just work with like people who want to like record music and do music producing, etc.
Introduce something new, you know, new kind of food, because people are foodie nowadays.
Probably nails or something. I'd probably go into that.
I would create an airline company That was a private jet that flew out clients from England, specifically the East Midlands clients, to Italy or France, and do tours with them and bring them back. So I'd like to have a private jet that does that.
The startup costs for that would be immense. I mean,
yeah, I've got lots of money, so it's fine.
And another thing we like to do, apart from talking to people in the street, which is always tremendous fun.
You never know what
you're going to say, do you? No. There have been some memorable moments.
Well, we went to Experian, didn't we?
Yeah, Experian. They don't come much bigger than Experian, and staff there have been on a charity bike ride, Des, to raise funds for local causes. These workers from Experian are swapping a day at the desk for a day in the saddle to raise money for charity. They'll be taking the day out riding around on the City Card bikes, Nottingham's answer to London's Boris bikes, promoting green ideas as well as raising cash.
Spare change, spare notes, we'll take anything. Anything there. 50 miles on these bikes today, it's going to be a long, long day.
That's a long way on them.
Thank you very much.
It's part of a wide-ranging series of charity and fundraising events by the company across the country.
Excellent, thank you.
Every hour that an Experian person gives is worth £27. So that's quite important to us. They take their volunteering days as a normal working day, so Experian still pay them to go out there.
Every year, everybody in Experian gets 4 days off work, I believe, to do anything charitable. So, you know, a lot of people go and volunteer at farms or go and work at schools. So, yeah, it's a really great company to work for if you're really behind charitable events.
The money raised will go towards Experian's own charity fund, which helps a wide range of causes across the country, many of them here in Nottingham. I don't know how to put this politely, but you don't look like you're dressed for cycling. Are you not taking part?
The last thing I did for charity for Experian was climb the Great Wall of China. I raised £10,000 and never again. That's the hardest thing I ever did in my life.
So the bikes are off?
The bikes are off.
I suppose we can let Jan off, but everyone else had 50 miles of Nottinghamshire's roads ahead of them, and every mile helping to raise more funds for charities here and across the UK.
Now, we talk a lot about business on Working Week, and we've been out looking at manufacturing and how businesses grow.
Yeah, it's been a good year for our manufacturers, particularly one company that we're about to see, based in Ollerton in North Notts, my hometown, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they're doing extremely well. It's a rare sight these days, a metal bashing factory that's thriving. A1 Flues at Booton in North Nottinghamshire has survived the recession and is expanding quickly. And that has to be good news for us all. Manufacturing is a bigger part of our economy than anywhere else in the country. Nationally, it's 10% of GDP. In our region, it's 16%, and there are signs of a strong recovery.
Things are picking up. Manufacturing Advisory Service is estimating an increase of some 23,000 jobs over its 3 years. So we would expect to see more jobs and wages increase in line.
The firm makes exhaust flues for heating systems at some of the country's biggest building projects. Staff from this corner of Notts travel the country. It's a family business in a former mining area where many jobs have been lost. But this company still has the feel of a close-knit community, with many of the workforce friends and family. Well, let me just show you something. This is what's known here as the incest list. It's not as bad as it sounds, but it just shows how everybody in this place is related to somebody else. And two of the people that feature on here are very long-serving members. So, David, you've been here, what, 41 years?
41 years, yeah.
And Paddy?
I've been here 33 years.
And what's it like as a place to work? It must be all right, David, if you're still here.
Well, it must be, yeah, because I've enjoyed everything about it, really. Yeah.
What was it like when you started?
There were only 5 of us here. Yeah.
Well, I mean, mostly it was a family-run place where everybody knew everybody else, all local people. I mean, benefits is it's local. The pay's not too bad, so I mean, it's pretty good.
But when it's painted, it could be a lot better.
And that family feel runs right through the company. It's owned by Colin Moyer, whose daughter, TJ, is also a director. Before he became a manufacturer, Colin was a Forest player back in the 50s.
I went to Forest in 1957 when I was 15 to be actually on that pitch playing in front of the crowds. It was a bit scary. The times that I did have at Forest were very happy times. Going from a lad that sweeps the terraces to doing what I'm doing. It's, you know, it's no big difference. It's all about, you know, having that wanting to do something, wanting to work, and wanting to help somebody else. You know, it's not all about us.
And TJ, what's it been like having your dad as a boss?
I don't see him as a boss. I see him as a partner in crime, really. I've been here 25 years. I was never ever going to come and work for my dad. I was always going to do something else. I came literally to help put catalogues together one summer and stayed. I moved on from there, but my dad never let me have an easy ride. I'd always got to continue with my education. I'd got to learn the company inside out. So I've always worked alongside him as opposed to for him.
The company says the close-knit workforce got it through the recession, and now as orders increase, it's taking on more staff in the coming months.
Now, I must admit, I feel all very seductive sitting like this, Rob. But
Starting to worry now.
I won't detract. That's it for now. But in the second half,
you'll be going to the Riverside Bakery to find out what it's like to make pies, I think was your big question.
It certainly was.
What is it about a pie that excites you?
It's got to have a nice crisp pastry and lots of filling.
And just to prove that we are a charitable bunch right here in Nottingham.
Yeah, we've heard from Experian. We'll be meeting the Nottingham shop, which sells sports goods to raise cash for local charities.
It's fun because everyone here is just enthusiastic and everyone's here is like happy like every day, so you've got that atmosphere, and as well it's like for a good cause.
Now the letters GB don't just stand for Great Britain, they also
Where's this going? Where's this going?
I'm going to say they stand for glass blowing.
Oh, that's a relief, yeah. We'll be meeting the Nottinghamshire glassblower who's selling her products all over the world.
The biggest thing in business is I think marketing, PR, and actually getting yourself out there.
Nottingham Trent University, proud sponsors of Working Week. Nottingham Trent University, proud sponsors of Working Week.
We're looking back at our favourite stories of the year, and I know which one was one of yours, Dad.
I know, it's about food, and it has to be do with pies.
Yeah, this is the Riverside Bakery. We let you loose on the shop floor.
Oh, I learnt an awful lot here, actually.
With devastating results.
Nothing says hygiene like a yellow hairnet. I'm in the gluten-free department and we're going to talk to some of the employees. So what do you do now, Simon?
I'm going to start the line now.
Well, can I start the line?
No,
please.
No.
Simon, please.
All right, then, go on then.
Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. James, how long have you worked here?
I've worked here about 5 years now, Des, yeah. Love it here, it's the people that make the business.
So, Sophie, tell me, how long have you been here?
About 14 months now.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I do. It's interesting. Every day's different.
So what is it about a pie that excites you?
It's got to have a nice crisp pastry and lots of filling.
We love pies. We love pies, don't we?
Yeah, we love pies.
Yeah, we do.
We make all our own pastry on site. We do short crust and puff pastry and gluten-free pastry now as well. All the fillings are nice and tender. Any meats we use are all British. It's all about good quality ingredients.
What puts that smile on your face?
Because I always enjoy my work.
It's a great atmosphere here, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Great people to work with.
How many pies do you get out a day, do you know?
This line is maximum about 10,000 pies.
Who eats all those pies?
Oh, lots of people around the world, or maybe in England.
Yeah. My pie!
Your pie, no good.
No good.
And if we're looking back at the year, Des, that's still the best question of the year. What is it about a pie that excites you? What was going on in your head? Well, maybe you shouldn't answer that.
Do you know, I want to change position. Now I feel more comfortable, man. Yeah, I certainly
Sit back and relax because the next piece is just as interesting. This is Sports Traider, the Nottingham shop that sells sports goods for charity. It's a new flagship store for a very new idea. Sports Traider is a national charity that's chosen the Broadmarsh as the base for its most important shop.
These are a new line just come in. What we want to do is promote these.
All of the profits from here will go directly into helping sport in Nottingham.
£10 a pair.
The charity concentrates on helping people with disabilities or from disadvantaged backgrounds.
Sports Trader is, you can just do anything if you put your mind to it, whether you're from a disadvantaged background, you're disabled, black, white, you can just if you put your mind to it, you can do anything to achieve. I think that's the motto.
It's a simple idea. The store gets stock donated from some of the biggest brands in the country and sells it to raise money which is ploughed back into local sports clubs and facilities.
Hopefully the local community will benefit from it. Not only are they getting goods at great prices, they're also knowing the money that's donated through the charity is going back into grassroots in their local community.
Cabrini, Sports Direct, they've donated a lot of stuff for us, which is very generous. Speedo, nice local company, they're going to be donating some more. They've been very generous. And then at the back there we've got Cougar, we've got the Cougar rugby boots. They're great tops, they've been kind enough to donate all of them to us.
But isn't there a danger that selling reduced price sportswear will hit other businesses in the city?
The orange and black is a very popular range of colour.
Dominic Corder is from the Nottingham Institute, a network of some of the biggest organisations and businesses in Nottingham, which aims to coordinate work between companies, colleges and charities.
I think competition's a good thing. I think by opening up multiple stores within an area is actually very good. I mean, on a completely different scale, we have the Indian Quarter in Nottingham, which is a load of Indian restaurants all together, and they all do well because each place offers something individual, and I think that's the key about the sports shop and sports trader. It is something that's never been done before.
And there was no hesitation from customers visiting the store.
I'm coming for a pair of walking boots and I found my favourite brand, which is Kerrymore, and that's them there, and I can't believe the price. They're such good value for money compared to what I normally pay.
Not everyone, though, was there to buy the kit to play sports.
I'm simply in here looking for some tops to wear in bed with my shorts as a pyjama top, and this sort of thing is ideal. At my age, at 84, I don't do a lot of sports today, but I'm still active in bed.
It's perhaps not quite the market the charity was expecting, but it has big hopes for its Broadmarsh store and wants to use it as a base to open up more shops around the country, as well as putting money back into the sports community here in Nottingham. Well, we've spoken to a lot of grown-ups, Des, about business and about finance, but let's hear now from the kids.
Yes, well, this teaches them all about money, finance, and how to prepare themselves for the future financially.
Good stuff, this.
We're going to be looking today at things that we hold important, things that we value. What do you think value might mean? Talk to the person next to you, your partner. What does value mean?
Children at Dunkirk Primary School are talking money.
Right, hands up. Who's got an idea what value might mean? Elijah?
Well, there's two types of value, personal value and money value. Money value is like if I went to the shop and bought a packet of sweets for 50p, that 50p would be that packet of sweets value. But personal value means that something means a lot to you.
So Elijah was right.
We can all remember doing money sums in maths lessons at school. It was pounds, shillings and pence in my day. But this lesson is about more than just numeracy. It's called life skills.
I think I'm going to put pets on the same line as family, because in my house, my pets are my family.
The idea is to make children from as young as 5 more savvy about the value of money.
Food's probably more important than all of them, because it helps us to survive.
What changes have you seen over the last 2 years since you've introduced this subject within the curriculum?
I think it's meant for the school that the teachers are changing the way they're teaching. They're doing more things like this lesson, where it's not necessarily write everything down and all the evidence behind it. I think children sometimes just need to talk and debate things, and I think that really is come across in all lessons. For example, before we got the award, I asked a child where money came from, and they said, oh, it comes from the bank, and they just assumed it was there. And now you ask the same child, well, my mum and dad earned it, and you can really see that they've understood where money comes from and what they need to be able to do to be financially safe when they're older.
Hands up. Which is more important, food or pets? Help me out here. Kyra.
The lesson itself was if they could have anything in the world that they wanted, had all the money in the world, what would they want? And then we'll think about needs. If you only earned a certain amount of money within your work or with pocket money, what are the important things? What do you need? We've got food.
In theory, that should mean less pestering of parents.
We've got shelter. What's shelter mean?
Shelter means like when you've got a roof over your head, like we've got our house to protect us. Money is special to us. You can use money for lots of different things. We learn how to spend money and what to buy, which is important, and what you need to spend the money on.
Hello, welcome to Bloomfield's Tuck Shop. How can we help you?
Can I please have one ice cream? Of course.
It may be let's pretend at the age of 10, but the idea is that when these children grow up and have their own bank accounts and mortgages, they'll be more adept at keeping in the black.
Hi, could I have some chips and some candy floss?
In the end, yes, we can all want things, but we can't always have them, at least straight away. We need to learn the benefits of saving or understand that we can't have everything that we want.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, can I have a lollipop?
And our next piece, Des, is something of a visual treat.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Ingrid Pears is one of the very few women around the country that blows glass.
It may look casual, but this is intricate and dangerous work. The glass has been heated to more than 1,000 degrees and if it's not worked properly, could explode at any time. Ingrid's been glassmaking for more than 17 years. From her base at the Thoresby Craft Centre in North Notts, she's built up a thriving business.
All the pieces that we make go out to different galleries and stores around the world. We've got 45 UK galleries and around 15 overseas, but I also do a lot of work for the British embassies and the High Commissions around the world. But everything's made here, from the raw ingredients that you see on the table out to the pieces that you see in the workshop. Everything's free blown in crystal glass, so we gather all of the pieces out of the furnace. We do courses in glass, a lot of private commission work, and then we also supply stores and galleries.
Although it's a business based on art, it's grown thanks to Ingrid's natural flair for entrepreneurship.
I think that's part of my makeup with my family and everything, because they're very business orientated. But I do feel that I think you learn as you go along in your business, and things each year get better and better. Our turnover's gone up and up over the years, and it's been very exciting from being a very small little business to growing worldwide. So we've got different operations going overseas now, so that's good.
It's a background that means Ingrid is able to revel in the stresses of running a business just as much as the pressures of working with such dangerous materials.
I love everything. I think glassmaking is meditation to me. I feel that keeps me calm and gives me the inspiration of doing things. I think it grounds you. But I think travelling the world also inspires you. So it inspires a lot of the pieces that I make, a lot of the colours that you'll see on the shelves. And I think those two things work hand in hand. And I think as your business grows and you become more successful, you meet other people that want to start collecting your pieces. And again, it just starts the ball rolling and more people seem to buy. India is my biggest export market, but we're just going into China now. And we're just in the process of setting up contracts out there. So that's quite an exciting area that I've never touched before.
Ingrid's working with some of the most famous people on the planet, including the Dalai Lama. The work produced here in Notts is in demand in every corner of the world. Well, that's it for now. Time, Des, I think, to get stuck into the coffee and cake.
Yeah, and even though I am watching my calories, I think it's something that I'll...
You're watching your calories? I'll have that one as well, then. Thank you very much. Yeah, very nice, yeah. Yeah, this is pretty grand, this.
Oh.
I think we deserve this.
Do we?
Yeah.
Nottingham Trent University, working with you. Proud sponsors of Working Week.